Alright guys, I don't know how I feel about Gen 9 overall as a game, but there is one thing I do know, and that's the Pokemon in this game are super cool. So today, we're going to rank all of them, and yes, I'm showing myself on the webcam. Just thought I'd try it, so let me know if you guys like this more. Alright guys, before I get into the video, gotta give a shout out to today's sponsor, Manscaped, because as a man with balls, this product has changed my life, and I know that a lot of you guys are also men with balls, and what's the one thing that we all have in common? Well, we gotta shave our balls. This is exactly why Manscaped's Performance Package needs to be an essential part of your life. We got the lawnmower, of course, which I can say has offered me the smoothest, nick-free shave I've ever had down there. I don't care if that's too much information, because it's vital information. And it really inspires you to go the extra mile with the ball deodorant and ball toner, to make sure you really have a nice set of master balls. I'm sorry I had to, it's a Pokemon video for God's sake. And this Weed Whacker nose and ear trimmer is a great gift as well. I can think of one Pokemon who could use this device. You'll also get this nice travel bag, and you can gift wrap your balls this holiday in these Manscaped anti-chafing boxer briefs. Easy to use, easy to charge, your balls will never be happier. So, if you want to get in on the Master Ball race, go to manscaped.com and use my promo code INTRO20, and you'll get 20% off, plus free international shipping, and those two nice gifts I mentioned. And thank you so much to manscaped.com for sponsoring this video. By the way, I will keep it spoiler free, so anything that hasn't been officially revealed, I'm not going to talk about. So obviously we got the starters here, Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxley. You guys know I'm a Fuecoco man myself, but I have to say that this group of starters is probably my favorite group of starters since probably like Gen 3 or 4. I'm not even kidding. I really like all three of these starters. Fuecoco especially. I would pick Fuecoco in any gen. Alright? That's my boy. But if he didn't exist, I would gladly go with either Sprigatito or Quaxley, because I think that both of them are great designs. I think all three of them have different personalities that will be shown in their evolutions. And I've already seen Fuecoco's second evolution, and it did not disappoint in the slightest. In fact, I honestly find it better than Fuecoco's base form. So I'm really excited to see how all three of these Pokemon pan out, because like I said, in my opinion, best starters in years. So yeah, Fuecoco, I'm going to give a 10 out of 10. Easy 10 out of 10. Sprigatito and Quaxley are both 9s. 10 out of 10 Fuecoco, 9 out of 9 for both Sprigatito and Quaxley. That's probably my highest ratings ever for starters. Yeah, I don't think any other starters except for Gen 3 have ranked that high. Now, I honestly don't know if I'm pronouncing these correctly. Koraidon and Miraidon? Koraidon and Miraidon? I don't know. All I know is that they're both dope. Personally, I think Miraidon is way cooler. And when I say way cooler, like if Miraidon is a 10 out of 10, then Koraidon is like either like an 8.5 to 9.5 out of 10. They're both really cool legendaries. I like these more than the Gen 8 legendaries personally. And the reason that I like Miraidon more, I don't know. I really don't know. Let me know in the comments. The reason I like that Pokemon more is because if you really look up in its eyes, it's got like this really nice pixelated detail. Fits the theme of the Pokemon really well. I think they knocked it out of the park. Really cool design. So yeah, dope-ass legendaries. I believe they officially showed this, like the actual Pokemon in the most recent trailer. I don't know if it's another regional variant, but based on what I've seen, I mean, adding mammoth tusks to Donphan is really cool, in my opinion. Give him that like woolly mammoth look. I don't know, I think it's cool. I'm gonna go at least like an 8 out of 10 here. I can't remember if they've shown this, but it's definitely cool. And then we got Gimmighoul. Gimmighoul is one of those Pokemon that, you know, it doesn't really seem like a Pokemon at first. But if you've really looked at a lot of Gen 7 designs and beyond, especially in Gen 7 in my opinion, pretty much fucking anything can be a Pokemon at this point, right? I mean, the sandcastles are Pokemon. A treasure chest can be a Pokemon too. So, I think that this is a cool concept. I don't know how cool it will be in game. So, right now, I'm going to give it a safe 7 out of 10, but potential for more points, definitely. All right, we got Graveyard. I mean, come on, dude. It is a ghost doggo. A ghost doggo Pokemon. Do I need to say anything else? 10 out of 10. Moving on. All right, we got Belly Bolt. Belly Bolt he's very cute. He's a frog. And I believe, yeah, he's an electric type frog. So right there, that's already dope, in my opinion. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think that these right here are its actual eyes, right? It's got some eyes and a little smiley. And then these are like ears or something. I can't tell you exactly, but I think that's the case. It's a deceptive design at first. You look at it and you think, oh, these are its eyes. It's like a cute bulbous frog. But then you see that these might actually be its eyes. So that right there, just you know, the small nuances in its design warrant at least, in my opinion, an 8 out of 10. 8.5. I'm going 8.5 on this one. Could be higher, honestly, depending on the evolutions, but base form, 8.5 for sure. Now, we have a regional variant here, which is honestly one of my favorite regional variants I've seen so far. We have Farigiraf. Farigiraf? Is that how you say it? I know that it's just the original name scrambled up, right? But dude, this is so cute. Like it literally has like a little chain chomp hood on, right? It's still psychic, and I don't know if is the original normal as well, or is this a new typing for the regional variant? I don't know, man. All I know is that they took already a cool Pokemon from Gen 2, made it even cooler. Probably one of the coolest Pokemon that doesn't evolve, in my opinion, right here. And yeah, I'm gonna give this another solid 8 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10, I think. Yeah. Every time I say 8, I think to myself, no, this is a little better than an 8. Pretty much everything so far has been better than an 8. Really good job so far. You know, when I first saw Wiglet, not only did I think that it looked hilarious, for one. It reminds me of those giant, gross log worms that grow in the Philippines. Shouts to the Philippines, by the way. Been there several times. Beautiful country. That's where my mother's from. But anyways, Wiglet here is just another great regional variant. And the funny thing about Wiglet is the first time I saw him, I said, they're going to name this thing Wiglet, aren't they? And lo and behold, that's what they named him. So I'm going to go ahead and give this Pokemon a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10, not my favorite regional variant. That's coming up. But still very solid. Another tongue twister name here. We got Armarouge, I believe. Armarouge. Really cool looking Pokemon. Fire Psychic type is always dope in my opinion. It's got a special move called Armor Cannon, which looks really cool. And yeah, a sort of Mega Man style Mega Buster. That's the perfect way to describe what he does. And to me, that shit is super, super cool. Any kind of thing that looks like Mega Man and is Fire Psychic type, that's a 10 out of 10. That's a 10 out of 10. You don't even know if it's a legendary Pokemon or not because it's got enough sauce to be one. But you don't know if it actually is one. Like, come on, man. That's a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. And then we got the Pokemon Scarlet variant, Ceruledge. Now, this Pokemon, in my opinion, is actually even cooler than the other one, just based off this color scheme. And this one is Fire Ghost, which is another really cool typing. So I'm all for it. And yeah, like I said, I just love how like the purple blends into like the white and the lavender goes up to the pink, and it's just like it's really like monochromatic, but at the same time it's like all the colors are popping. It just looks really cool. It's a super cool typing. It's also got a really cool signature move, and this is another 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Now, Cloth is like a funny looking meme type of Pokemon, right? Now, don't get me wrong, I think Cloth looks hilarious. However, we have seen crab type, designs in the past in Pokemon, and it's not really doing anything for me at this point. While I think it's a good crab design, we've seen it a few times now, and it's kind of getting redundant. So I will be giving Cloth a 7 out of 10, but that is not a negative thing, okay? A 7 out of 10 is still good. Still good, but I think just the lack of originality is what gets it here. We got Graphii? Dude, I really don't know how to pronounce this one. Guys, please let me know how terribly I'm butchering these names in the comments. But Graphii is dope looking, dude. I mean, he just looks like he has sauce, Like, he looks like he has an attitude. Poison normal type is really, really cool. This Pokemon is probably the one I'm most excited for outside of Fuecoco. And that obviously means it's a 10 out of 10 for me. I really want to see if this Pokemon evolves into something super cool. And even if it just stays like this, it's one of the coolest base designs I've seen in Pokemon in a very, very long time. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for sure. Now we got Cyclizar. This one kind of looks like a fan design. And I mean that like in a cool way, like in a good way. Like this looks like one of the good creative fan designs. And there's speculations that this Pokemon could actually be the pre-evolution of the two legendaries. And maybe this Pokemon evolves, under certain conditions into one of the two, depending on the scenario. But as far as the base design for this, it's solid. It's not doing anything too crazy. That just looks like a solid, like well thought out design that like a fan would submit to like a contest or something, So I would give this one a 7.5 out of 10. 7.5. I mean, this one needs no words, dude. It's Wooper, but chocolate. It is a chocolate poison ground Wooper, okay? Wooper is just one of those Pokemon where their design is just so perfect that all you need to do for a regional variant is just give it a little palette swap. It's a 10 out of 10. You don't mess with perfection, but you bring it back with a fresh coat of paint, and that's how the fuck you do it. Fido gets a 10 out of 10 just for, one, the execution of the concept. Fido. Like, Fido is one of the most classic dog names. And to just take that and make a pun, and to make him into a doughy puppy Pokemon. I mean, I hope these people are getting paid way more than their pay grade when they come up with stuff like this. Because this is genius. 10 out of 10. Alright, we got Satitan, I think it is. This is an Ice-type Pokemon, which I like Ice types. I feel like it's probably like the most underrated type of Pokemon is Ice-type. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I just feel like Ice-type doesn't get enough love. But this is another cool addition. Again, we really don't know what to expect. Is this going to be a non-evolution Pokemon? Because it looks like it could be, like a Tauros type of Pokemon. Or it could have two evolutions and evolve into an absolute unit of a beast, So, who knows? For that reason, I will give this base design a solid 8 out of 10 with the potential to reach 10 out of 10 with evolutions. But it's definitely looking cool as a legged ice whale Pokemon. I mean, just saying that out loud is dope. All right, we got the Gen 9 version of Pikachu here, which is Pommy. Pommy, very cute name, very cute design. He looks more like a guinea pig than a mouse, which I personally like. I like that he doesn't look very much like Pikachu or the other, mouse-looking Pokemon that we've seen throughout the series. I like that he looks more, you know, his own. He's got these little thick ass thighs right here. Look how serious he looks. Look how you got to get behind a guy like this. You got to rally behind him. For that reason, I will give him a solid 8 out of 10. Nothing blowing me away, but you know, they took a classic concept and they breathed some new life into it. So 8 out of 10. All right, we got Lechonk. Now Lechonk is the Pokemon after the starters that got me very, very excited. When I saw Lechonk, I was actually quite hopeful for this gen at the time. Like I said, I don't know how I feel overall about it yet, but when you got Pokemon like this, you got something good, right? Because Lechonk is just one of the funniest names they've ever come up with. It's a great pun on lechon, which is, you know, succulent, delicious roasted pork. And it's just really, really cute. You know, pigs in general are super cute. I hate the fact that I love bacon so much. It makes me feel terrible because pigs are really cute. And for that reason, this design gets a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 name, 9 out of 10 design. You want to round those two together, I guess that's a 9.5 out of 10. Really well done here. And I'm excited to see what it evolves into. And last but actually least, in my opinion, we have Smoliv. Now, Smole? I mean, is that how you pronounce it, with Smole? Anyways, I think that this Pokemon, you know, it is cute. It's got a good name, but in comparison to the rest, relatively speaking, this is the weakest one in my opinion. And for that reason, since I believe it's the weakest one, and my prior weakest score was a 7, or 7.5, something like that, Smoliv gets a 6 out of 10. I know some people might be upset about that. I don't know. But in my opinion, this is the weakest of the new designs. Hate it or love it. That's my opinion. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I know I've been away for a while, but I promise you, good things have been happening in my life, and I'm at a spot where I feel like I'm back to square one, finally, where you know, I began my YouTube channel, and I hope that this really helps me get back to where I want to be. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed, I'd really appreciate if you hit like or left a comment or even subscribe for more. And yeah, I will be back soon, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day. Deuces. Foi Coco.